Last time on Boruto. In a last-ditch effort to stop Momoshiki, Boruto was impaled by Kawaki, and having no choice but to save his vessel, Momoshiki turned the last bit of his DNA that would have overwritten Boruto into something that saved their shared body. Now the threat of Momoshiki has, for the most part, been neutralized, and Boruto is, well, all Otsutsuki now. However, that doesn't mean that Code is no longer a threat, as his plan to have Amado release his limiters is still in play. What'll happen next? Let's find out. Alright, Boruto number 68, Scar. And, yeah, that is a little bit funky. They sealed up the hole and everything. Oh, and apparently it just is there permanently. Back at Konoha, you got Amado, Sai, and Tono. There we go, that's his name. Amado says, "You're saying you were resurrected?" Tono says, "Using karma." Boruto says, "Oh, that's what Momoshiki said. I can't blame you for not believing me." Boruto looks down at this karma mark and says, apparently about 82% of Momoshiki's DNA had already finished extraction, but he used the remaining 18% to rebuild the destroyed parts of my body. Tono, in shock, says, "Goodness, well, since they're able to digitize components of their own flesh, I suppose converting that DNA into another person's components isn't much of a stretch, no matter how mind-blowing that possibility sounds." Yeah, that's about right. Amado says, if Boruto died, Momoshiki would lose his vessel, and his soul would be extinguished. Even an Otsutsuki can make an omelet without breaking eggs, So Momoshiki sacrificed part of himself to save Boruto and escape destruction. Sai says, yet, while his soul is still intact, it means Momoshiki lacks the data needed to construct his body, right? Tono, a little worried, says, yes. In fact, since he'll never regain that data, he'll never be able to resurrect again, right? Amado says, so it seems. A silver lining, you could say. However, the problem of him taking over Boruto's consciousness from time to time still remains. We still don't have an outright solution for that. Yeah, I guess that's still a lingering issue. It doesn't mean that Momoshiki can't still take over Boruto's consciousness. Tono says, but the meds have been more effective than expected. As long as he keeps taking them, we should be able to suppress Momoshiki's domination long term. Boruto says, nope. I don't need them anymore. Tono looks shocked, and Sai questions this. Boruto says, how to put it, I feel like something's changed from before. It's hard to describe, but I have this feeling that I can channel his power better now. Amado's got a look on his face like he's shocked. Meanwhile, Kawaki is out cold. You got Kawaki in bed surrounded by Sumire, Ibiki, Naruto, and Shikamaru. Sumire says, worried, he's unconscious from expanding a lot of chakra, but his life isn't in danger. No obvious external injuries either. He's almost fully self-healed thanks to the nanomachines in his blood, but it'd be best to check him out in depth at the lab. Why did you ask for me rather than Mr. Amado? Shikamaru says, we need to confirm a few things with that bastard first. Until then, we can't let him near Kawaki. So long as there are no health issues, he stays here. Yeah, they want to make sure that Amado isn't playing anything. Ibiki says, you're really planning to leave him unbound when he possesses so much power? Shikamaru says, the thing is, we can't restrain him even if we wanted to. He could just shrink himself with Sukuna Hikona and get free. And he can absorb any sealing jutsu using karma. It's no simple thing to physically bind him right now. Conversely, it'd be real bad if we ended up antagonizing him. Fortunately, his wish is simple. As long as Naruto's safe, he'll have no beef with us. All we can do is have faith. Trust him and make sure he stays on our side. That's if we want to stick to peaceful solutions, of course. Naruto says, good. That's how Konoha Village does things. Shikamaru, worried, says, so you're okay with it, Naruto? And Naruto, with a stern look on his face, says, yeah, we'll have a nice long talk when he wakes up. Sumire obviously notices something's up, and as she leaves with Shikamaru, she asks, Did something happen with Lord Seventh? Shikamaru pauses and asks, what do you mean? Sumire, hesitant, says, I hope it's just my imagination, but he seems to be brooding over something. Shikamaru simply says he just got back this morning after narrowly escaping death. He's exhausted. Sumire, obviously unsure of that answer, says, you're right, please forgive me. And, after being gone for way too long, here comes Sasuke saying, I have intel. It concerns Code's whereabouts. Oh, so he actually found their actual hideout. Shikamaru says, one of Boro's cult facilities. I thought we'd hid them all. Shikamaru says, there's a hidden structure on the edge of the land of snow, in an area considered taboo even by locals. It's apparently a secret facility that only a few of the cult's top brass even know about. It seems they engage in inhuman rituals, human experimentation, and unknown to Akara, even scientific ninja tool R&D. A particular interest is that it was also a facility for disposing cyborgs that Jigen had ordered to be scrapped. Shikamaru says, I see. Sounds sufficiently sketchy. Any conclusive evidence that Code is there? Sasuke says, nothing definitive, but there's an acquaintance of Code's there, a man named Bug. Oh, Shikamaru came through with the intel. Right on. Sasuke came through with the intel. Shikamaru says, got it. Alright, I'll order the deployment since we have no other leads. Sasuke says, I heard about what Kawaki did. Is it true? Shikamaru hesitantly says, yeah, he killed Boruto. Even if it was to stop Momoshiki. He did it right in front of me and Naruto. Thankfully, Boruto turned out to be okay, but the only other ones who know about it are Ino, Sai, Amado, and Katsuki. We're still deciding how to move forward. Sasuke pauses and says, where's Boruto? Shikamaru says he should be with his friends, including Sarada. Go see them. Meanwhile, at Code's hideout, Ada says, I see, so that's what happened. Be thankful, Code. Your precious Ten-Tails sacrificed Boruto is still alive. He was revived using Momoshiki's karma. Code is shocked and says, revived? Are you serious? Daemon says, hey Code, maybe like a zombie? Ada says, moreover, along the way it seems the rest of the karma's compressed data was extracted, meaning that Boruto is fully Otsutsuki now, much to Code's surprise. Ada then continues, somehow, they shared an exchange that I can't see directly with my Senryengan clairvoyance. I wonder if he's able to communicate with Momoshiki on some sort of spiritual plane. Code says, unforeseen would be an understatement, but I'll take that piece of good fortune. Guess it was meant to be. Ada says, you're lucky that Boruto is alive, but I'm honestly fed up with the multiple grandstanding acts you've displayed. Ada and Bug are... Well, Code and Bug look a little shocked. Ada says, you took it too far, especially using my little brother without my permission. Code says, I didn't really have any other option, did I? Ada, obviously not satisfied with that response, says, listen, your job is to bring Kawaki to me, and in return I'll help you regain your power to aid your own goals, since you're useless to me the way you are right now. However, if I determine that even after you gain your strength, you're still useless, incompetent, or simply just a hindrance, we siblings have absolutely no qualms about disposing of you. Consider yourself warned. And even Daemon is giving him that look, like he's ready to throw down at a moment's notice. Code says, you mean we're not even comrades? How sad. Ada says, that's business for you. If you don't produce results, you'll lose even this sad relationship. Code says, as he places his hand up to his ear, Did I not mention that I already took measures? All that's left is the timing. As we see that along Shikamaru's back is a slash mark from Code, and Code is listening to where Shikamaru is going. As Shikamaru accesses a hidden room where Amado is, Shikamaru comes to Amado and says, what's the lowdown on Boruto? Amado it sounded far-fetched at first, but the proof is in the pudding. The blood analysis aligns with his explanation. Shikamaru says, and Momoshiki, can we definitively say he can't resurrect anymore? Amado says, yeah, it is 100% impossible. Shikamaru says, good. That's great, actually. By the way, and he grabs Amado by the scruff of his collar. Amado says, "Hey, what the?" Shikamaru says, "You know what I want to ask. That's right, about Kawaki's karma." Meanwhile, Team 7 is meeting up together with Sarada and Missy. Sarada says it really doesn't hurt or anything as she pats at Boruto's chest. At all? Boruto says, "Hey, watch your hands." Well, it was pretty close call, but as you can see, I'm fine. Though that bastard Code got away. Mitsuki says, "Question, why did Code try to kill you when he wanted to feed you alive to the Ten Tails?" Oh, he's blaming Code on trying to kill him, not Kawaki. Boruto says, you see, that was... And then Boruto thinks back to Shikamaru telling him, "Listen up, Boruto, don't tell anyone yet that Kawaki killed you. Not until we decide what Konoha's policy towards him will be." Boruto says maybe he couldn't control himself. It didn't seem like he thinks too far ahead. He's not wrong about that. Sarada says, "Either way, you've become fully Otsutsuki, right? Are you going to be all-out targeted now?" Boruto says, "Yeah, probably. I don't know where he's hiding, but I won't let him escape next time." Sarada says, "Either way, you've become..." Oh, wait, no. Sarada then says, "That's not what I meant. I'm saying you need to be extra careful. If you're attacked when you're by yourself, what if you're attacked when you're by yourself?" And in comes Sasuke saying Sarada's right. How can he appear unexpectedly? Don't go anywhere alone, even within the village, though I'm one to talk. Boruto says, "Old man Sasuke." Sarada says, "Dad." Oh. Sasuke says, "And not just Boruto. Now that Kawaki has enough power to challenge Code, Code will likely stop at nothing to get the limiters on his powers removed, which likely makes him his first target." And Boruto realizes, old man Amado. He cut back to Shikamaru interrogating Amado. Shikamaru says, "You restored Kawaki's karma, implanted it on your own, without his consent no less. Why?" Amado says, "It's simple. He fundamentally loathes karma. I probably wouldn't get his consent, and yet he desires power, enough to protect Lord Hokage and chase off enemies. Either way, in order for the karma to re-manifest, his intent was absolutely essential. In short, Kawaki himself chose this path. This is the result he wished for. What if he didn't have it when he needed it? That's why I implanted it ahead of time. Wasn't the reason why you were able to survive this latest crisis because you had Kawaki's karma? Am I wrong?" Shikamaru, obviously cornered, says, "Don't dodge the question at hand. Setting aside the result, what you did was not for Konoha or Kawaki's benefit. If you ask me, you seem obsessed with Kawaki's karma itself. Why?" Oh, is that what it is? He's after Kawaki's karma specifically. What is it about Kawaki's karma that interests Amado so much? But suddenly, something pops out of Shikamaru's neck. It's none other than Code. Sorry to interrupt, but I didn't want to waste this prime opportunity. Amado shouts, "Code!" Meanwhile, Ada's just like, "You fool, the conversation was just getting interesting." Code smacks away Shikamaru as Amado cries out for him. Code then grabs Amado by the throat, saying, "It's been a while, Amado. You ought to worry about your own welfare. Now, rescind the limiters on my power. You don't want to get hurt, do you?" Amado says, "I can't believe you just showed up here. You'll be sensed right away, and an army of shinobi will be here soon." Code says, "But I know that all you need to do is look in my eyes and say the command. Only takes seconds, right?" Amado, shocked, thinks to himself, how'd he know? Ino senses Code and says, "This chakra, don't tell me it's..." Code in Amado's lab. To the rest of the sensory corps, Ino gets in contact with Shikamaru, and he thinks, "Yeah, he's here, right in front of me." Ino says, "Damn it, we'll send reinforcements." But Shikamaru says, "No, hold on, Ino. Just inform Naruto and the others. Don't send anyone here yet." Ino questions this, and Shikamaru says he showed up because it's just us. I don't want to provoke him into running off. Let me handle it. Of course, Ino's worried, but Shikamaru says just keep monitoring him. Got it? Wait for my signal. Shikamaru then uses his shadow possession jutsu to trap Code. Code looks back and tells Shikamaru it's useless. I can still move my fingertips enough to slash his carotid artery. Hey, Amado, you know my personality, right? I'd hurry if I were you. Okay, it is who I thought. Shikamaru says, "You thought I wouldn't notice the claw mark on the back of my neck? That I'd fall for such a transparent trap?" Oh, no way. They planned for this. Damn, Shikamaru, that's what's up. Code questions this and says, "What?" And Amado looks over at the capsule and he shouts, and Shikamaru shouts, "It's showtime. Wake up, Bronco." And the capsule opens up and it's none other than Delta. Oh snap, is Delta on the side of the Konoha because of Amado? That is insanely awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Code shouts, "Delta." Shikamaru says she's a new model, reprogrammed to be a battle asset to protect Konoha. "Delta, your target is Code. He's an enemy of Konoha." Delta says, I know, shut up already. Don't keep screeching like a darn fool. Alright? She goes into strike at Code. That is amazing. Amado is freed, coughing, going, "Damn it." Shikamaru says, "I guess that if I approached Amado with few to no guards, you might show up, Code. It'd be too good of an opportunity for an idiot like you to pass up." Damn, Shikamaru, buddy. Delta says, "I'll spare you my one-hit destructive beam since they'll wreak too much havoc in this enclosed space." Uh-oh. It looks like when nobody was looking, Code made some claw marks, and he reaches his hand into one of them. Shikamaru thinks his right hand went into the claw mark, and then Shikamaru yells at, "Bastard, I won't let you escape." Oh. Shikamaru tries to go in for a strangle jutsu, but Code isn't retreating, as a hand comes out of the portal, and Code says, "Escape?" Quite the opposite. Delta has arrived. Not Delta. Ada. Ada has arrived. I'm sorry, I'm still focused on Delta. Oh shit. Amado is in utter shock. Sasuke simply thinks a comrade of Code's, but Amado, he knows exactly who Ada is. Why? How? And the sheer terror on Amado's face. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, so first of all, I kept thinking for the longest time that it was either a brand new android or it was just Delta. But it didn't make sense to me because I didn't think that Delta would possibly be reconfigured to help out Konoha. I was wrong on that front. Also, I knew that Amado had to have a connection with Ada to some degree. But to find out this was all a plan of Shikamaru's? Yes! And Shikamaru is the man in this situation. Also, the decision not to tell anyone what Kawaki did, smart move on Shikamaru's part. Like, ultimately, Kawaki wants them protected, so I get it. But, like, Code is one bad move away from having both Ada and Daemon on his ass, so see how that one goes. But I'm glad that Shikamaru was actually properly investigating things and had managed to locate the hideout of the enemies. Like, he's spot on where he needed to go. But the question is, what happens to Kawaki? Will they ultimately decide to believe in him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But were you happy to see Shikamaru's big brain coming back into action just like old times pretty much? I was. I'm like, yes, Shikamaru, that's my boy! But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, subscribe for more. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye!